The Realty Rant is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Opinions are those of the speakers. No person, company, or entity is being singled out or accused. Hosts and affiliates are not responsible for actions based on this content.
So you're thinking about selling your home, and you don't think that the company that the agent works for really makes a difference. Because, real estate agents like to say, it isn't the company that we work for, it's really the agent. Well, sometimes that's true, that sometimes it's not. I'm going to show you how certain real estate brokerages offer you a huge advantage when selling your home so that you can sell for top dollar that other brokerages, the names that you know that you're the most familiar with, they don't even have these tools, and I'm going to explain it quick and simple. Stick around. This is going to be a controversial subject.
This is the Realty Rant with Vincent Arcuri. No fluff, no sugarcoating, no holding back. After decades in real estate, Vincent has seen it all. Tune in as he cuts through the noise to share the trends, tactics, and truths you won't hear anywhere else. The show starts now.
I'm going to talk about a subject today that consumers need to know about. They don't know anything about it. And real estate agents think they know about it, but the vast majority of them don't. And I'm going to talk about something called rev share. Now, this is something that real estate agents have for building companies. For example, if I work for ABC company and I recruit this agent, and this agent, I'm going to get a little bonus every time those agents have a closing. And then when those agents bring other agents to the company, I get another bonus off of them, and so on and so on. Real estate agents that don't understand it and consumers don't understand it, they'll call it a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, and nothing could be further from the truth. And I'm talking about there's a lot of companies that you're familiar with that offer this. There's companies, EXP, you might have heard of EXP. My company that I work with is called Real Broker. Both of those companies are publicly traded. There's a company called LPT. There's a company called Exit Realty that's been around for 30 years that's been offering these residual income to real estate agents. Now, why is this even important to consumers to even care if the real estate agent is getting rev share? I'm going to tell you why. Because on the 15th of every month with my company, I get my bonus check. Now, I've told you in these podcasts many times that over 70% of the real estate industry, real estate agents didn't have a closing last year. So put yourself in the position as a consumer and you're getting ready to list your home. And the agent that you're dealing with, your friend, your relative, for example, maybe they don't have a lot of closings. So they list your home today and they look at next month, they have nothing pending. How much do you think that agent is going to spend marketing your home? Whereas I know my company, Real Broker, pays me on the 15th of every month. And it's not peanuts. It's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every month that comes in. So whether I had a closing or not, my marketing momentum continues. The brochures get made, the digital ads get made, the direct mail distribution is going out. We're sending out digital ads, not only the United States and Canada, but globally. We're making videos in different languages. That's all funded by my rev share check that comes in on the 15th of every month. Now, these companies all have varying levels of it. I consider my company, Real, is the Rolls Royce of the model. But you've got other models. I consider Exit Realty, which was the one, they really invented the concept. But there's certain things in theirs that only goes one level deep, which limits the amount of money that the real estate agent's going to make. There's companies like LPT, where they have a different commission structure that limits the amount of money that the agent can make in rev share. And then you have companies like EXP and Real that are offering very lucrative models that help the agents build wealth and build the agent towards retirement. And that doesn't, to the consumer, they go, why do I even care about that? You should care because that money is funding the marketing to your home. So an agent that's doing production at a company like EXP or a company like Real that has what we call a downline, a large group of agents that they've helped recruit to the company to build the company, it gives the agent money to market your property. That's a huge advantage in an industry where most real estate agents are at the poverty level or don't have any closings at all. And now all of a sudden there's money to fund the marketing on listings that they take. This is a huge advantage over people, real estate agents that have this income versus the agents who don't. And a lot of agents are told by their broker, these traditional models like Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Remax, they're told by the broker, oh, those are just Ponzi schemes. Well, that's because the agents that work at those companies, they are the rev share for the owners of the company. I always tell everybody, when was the last time you saw a retirement party for a real estate agent? I know real estate agents in Tampa that are in their 90s that are still out there pitching because they have no retirement. They're only as good as their next sale. And that rev share not only benefits the agent and helps the agent market their properties more effectively, it helps them sell more properties and it helps them sell properties for more money because they have more marketing dollars at their disposal without the apprehension that next month, oh my gosh, I don't have anything pending next month. Their whole marketing plan continues to roll because of these rev share programs. So I want to talk about how to find an agent, an easy way for you to pick an agent that's familiar with the rev share program so that your marketing is at the highest level. Stick around. We're going to hit you right after the break with a quick tutorial on how to make sure you're positioned to sell for the most money.
This episode of the Realty Rant is brought to you by TampaPad.com, your one-stop resource for all your real estate needs. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for expert advice, TampaPad.com has you covered. Now back to the show.
Well, now you're going to look for agents that have the rev share. So here's the problem is every real estate agent that works for those companies doesn't have rev share. A lot of agents don't participate. They don't recruit other agents, which for me, if you're selling real estate and you're selling the tools of the company, and I said before, my company, Real Broker, is the Rolls Royce of these models. They have more technology and more tools than any other brokerage. So it's really easy to recruit agents into the company once they see our back office and once we have they see the marketing that they're assisting with for agents. And a matter of fact, if you're an investor, I'd highly recommend you take a look at the Real as an investment. It's publicly traded. I have the call letters on the screen right now. If you wanted to take a look at that and invest, Wall Street actually looks at Real as a technology company, not a real estate company, which puts us at a level much higher than everybody else. And the potential for a cash out investment and for this stock to skyrocket is really, really good. So what you want to do is when you're talking to the agent, I would ask them, first of all, I would interview agents that have the rev share, and I would interview an exit agent. I would interview a La Rosa Realty agent. I would interview an LPT agent. I would interview a EXP agent. And again, the Rolls Royce of the model, I would take a look at a real agent and I would ask the agent if they participate in rev share and could they give you an idea of how much money they make off of the rev share program, because you want to know that they're financially stable enough. If you look at their numbers for the past year and they've only sold 12 houses, well, there's a potential that they might have sold 3 houses in 1 month. And now all of a sudden they're in that lull period. You want to make sure they have enough income coming in to continue to fund the marketing necessary, especially in markets like this. So you want to make sure yourself as a consumer that you're dealing with agents that offer the rev share, and there's companies, like I said, that don't offer the rev share. Some of the legacy models that you're most familiar with, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Remax, these companies don't even offer rev share to their agents. As a matter of fact, their agents have to pay to work at those companies, where my company pays me to work at my company. So you really need to educate yourself as a consumer to how the intricacies of the real estate industry work, so that you can select the agent that's going to give you the best chance to sell for top dollar. I think a lot of times real estate agents come in, there's so many real estate agents, and you'll take a look at them and they have a funny video, or you'll see that, oh my God, they have 10,000 likes on this video. Folks, that doesn't translate into actual sales. A lot of times people are passing those videos. I saw one real estate agent that was acting like a stripper, had a stripper pole next to her, a chair, and then did this whipping around the hair and everything else. Tons of comments, tons of likes, but do you really want that agent showing your husband houses around the area? So, a lot of times I see consumers putting negative reviews of real estate agents online. You guys need to do a better job of interviewing a real estate agent, making sure you have somebody that's professional, that's got a reputation, that understands contracts, that understands dealing with attorneys and whatnot. And I mean, you look around, people say, what are all these things on the desk here, and are you a wrestling fan or whatever? Well, no, these are baseball players, football players, hockey players, professional wrestlers. Kirby Wilson gave me his NFC championship trophy when he was a coach with the Bucks when they won the Super Bowl the first time. I have championship belts from clients. Now, I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm dealing with not only an attorney that represents them, I'm dealing with various attorneys, sports agents. Many of them are attorneys as well. And I have to know this contract law to be able to do business with individuals like this. Now, even today, despite my 35-year resume, occasionally I have to sit down and have an intense interview with one of these sports agents when I'm dealing with these people. And they ask the pointed questions that I'm happy that they're doing it, because I know that the vast majority of real estate agents can't answer the questions, and the few that they are that can answer the questions, even if I don't get the listing, I know that the client is in very capable hands. So you guys need to do a better job interviewing the agents, asking a lot of questions. And hey, don't forget to ask the real estate agent if they've ever been arrested and what they've been arrested for. Because I've said in other podcasts, if you're expecting the National Association of Realtors or your local association to protect you and assume that because these people have a real estate license that you're safe, nothing could be further from the truth. And that's one question you definitely need to ask is, have you ever been arrested? How recently? How many times? And what for? So you guys be careful out there. It's a jungle in the real estate industry, and I'm glad to be able to give you information to help you navigate through the minefield of this real estate industry. I'm Vincent Arcuri, and don't forget to subscribe if you like the content that we're putting out. Catch you on the next episode of Realty Rant.
That's it for this episode of the Realty Rant with your host, Vincent Arcuri. Thanks for listening. Subscribe now and follow on all social platforms so you never miss the real insights. And we'll see you next time on the Realty Rant.